Hi, everybody. Jim Cipriani here to improve your life through employment. Today's labor market, everyone's worried about recruiting. How do I find the top talent for my team? And I'm saying that as a leader, if you're not worried about retention, you're going to be fighting a losing battle. It's a little bit like trying to put water into a bucket with holes in it. You'll never fill up that bucket. And you can't worry about having what you're putting into the bucket if you're not worried about keeping what is already in the bucket. Try and work to keep the people who are on your team. So what can you do as a leader in order to do this? Well, I believe the number one thing that you can do is to create a culture of learning. So how does a leader go about creating a culture of learning in order to improve retention? Well, I think it's relatively easy and inexpensive. True story. Many years ago in the early 2000s, during the dot-com bust, systems personnel was doing super well. We had a Cleveland office, a Buffalo office, a Rochester office. We were expanding across the country, and then the market turned around. Our business turned around. We had to close the Cleveland office, pull back from Rochester, and I was worried about retaining the people in Buffalo. And this market is kind of similar. You should be worried about keeping your best talent on your team always. It doesn't matter the market, actually. So at the time, we decided to create a culture of learning, to make learning a fundamental of our organization, because we felt that learning can create stickiness. And it creates stickiness by getting people to believe that they're building their intellectual assets that they can use to build their own personal enterprises. Here, whether they stay at your organization or wherever they go, where they learn, they stay. So what can a leader do to create a culture of learning? Well, I think the first thing to do is to walk the talk, to lead by example, to be a learning leader, to download articles, to share white papers, to use stories of success, of what has been learned and how it has helped in the business. I think an easy thing to do is to create a book club. Find a good book to read. We have one person who's reading a book on charisma, another one on organizational systems. Well, read the book along with them. Have a meeting once a week for a half hour to discuss the progress. One of the books came out to be so good that the team wanted to share it amongst all the team. So we read 2 chapters a week and we meet for an hour to discuss it. It's easy and inexpensive. Go to workshops if you can. That's why systems personnel created the strategic alliances, to be the best 2-hour learning and networking session that a leader can have in the city of Buffalo. So these things are easy. They don't cost anything to go to oftentimes. Find something that you can attend in the community to learn from. Bring in a speaker. It may be worth bringing in a speaker, the price of going out and seeing a seminar. It's these kinds of things that the leader should do to begin to recognize the importance of leadership, of learning in the leadership equation. When they learn, they stay. I hope this helps. Good luck.